We will call to order the special board meeting for the Board of Election Commissioners for the City of Chicago. Good morning. My name is Marisol Hernandez. I'm the chairwoman. Seated to my right is Commissioner William Cressy, and to my left is Commissioner Jonathan Swain. Next item on the agenda is the consideration of the agenda. Any edits or changes? If not, then we will proceed to the approval of the regular board meeting minutes of October 11, 2016. Is there a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Motion passes and the regular board meetings are approved. Next is the Executive Director's report. Mr. Goff.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Just to let you know that board members know I've been sending out reports. The staff has done an unbelievable job. Early voting at 15 West Washington has been averaging 1,300 a day. It's really gone very well. We've gotten a lot of accolades of how the staff is courteous and that everything is working out very well. So I just want to let the board know about that. Absentee ballots are being returned. I'm very happy about that. Spoke to Charles Holliday this morning. New registrations are being put in the system. We're moving quite rapidly. We will be putting in some additional hours to play catch up, but everything seems to be working well. We had a little problem with the Agilis machine downstairs in the lower level. It was repaired. Everything's up and running. I feel very comfortable so far.
Thank you. And then from our Communications Director, Mr. Allen.
Good morning. Briefly, we've been working on budget documents. The mass mailing, which is currently on schedule to go out Thursday in advance of the start of the 50 Ward early voting program. We're responding to a number of voter issues and immediate inquiries. Still placing legal notices, most importantly the early voting specimen ballot ones in the coming week. And then lastly, a series of website changes to re-implement election day registration as a result of the appellate court ruling. That's it.
Thank you. We will proceed to old business. Are there any infrastructure projects and changes in election administration at this time?
Not at this present.
And electronic poll books?
Everything seems to be going on well. ESNS got the information. We are creating our first memory stick today to test that out.
Okay. And voting equipment, I think we've taken care of that. Legislation, Mr. Scanlon?
Nothing to report, Madam Chairwoman.
So under new business, we have pre-election and canvass schedule. Mr. Scanlon, is there anything you'd like to say on that?
Well, I've distributed to you copies of the various notices, procedures, instructions, agendas, rules for conducting the canvass following the November 8th, 2016 general election. We also have a letter that will transmit copies of these materials to various law enforcement agencies, the U.S. Attorney, Illinois Attorney General, Cook County State's Attorney, to the chairman of the respective county established political parties, to various civic organizations that have filed for poll watcher credentials for this coming election. I did add, at Commissioner Cressy's request, John Fogarty, who is General Counsel for the State Republican Party. So he's been added to the list. We had a list that distributed. He's a new addition. So copies of these materials will be sent to all these individuals. We'll also have copies at the front desk, both on the 6th and 8th floors. We'll have copies posted on the website. And then also includes a pre-election and canvass schedule, which has already been posted up on the board's website, that has a schedule for the various tasks that will occur for conducting the November 8th election. The only thing that's been reserved is the procedures for conducting the test and retabulation of votes cast in 5% of the precincts and on 5% of the voting devices used during early voting. Those procedures are still under review, and they'll be released when those are completed. So other than that, I would just ask your approval, and we will proceed to distribute these as discussed.
Okay.
Is there a motion? I will make the motion that these procedures, forms, and notices as put forth by our general counsel be approved by this board.
Okay, there's a motion to approve the pre-election canvas schedule and forms. Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
That motion passes.
Thank you.
Mr. Scanlon, next is the legal report.
Unless the commissioners have any questions, I have nothing further to report at this time.
And there is no financial report?
Not at this time.
Okay. There is no public comment?
No, there is.
Well, we need to, just so you know, Ms. Chamberlain, we are under a tight schedule here,
Okay.
so we will be abiding by the 5-minute limit.
Am I up?
Yes, you are.
Okay. Thank you. So we read the report from BKD, and we have a couple questions. And that is, we're actually quite pleased with the report overall. And we definitely agree with all of the comments by the BKD recommendations about blind recounts and not using pencil, using ink, the formal, the job descriptions and the training. We agree with all that. We have a couple, the zero, not including the zero, the electronic machines that are not voted on, not including them in the recount so that we can actually comply with state law. Right on, they were right on. I wanted to ask, how, have you discussed how you're going to implement this, these recommendations? Has this been fully discussed at the board?
The staff is discussing and.
We have been?
Yes.
Okay. So how is it, they talked about a replacement strategy for the machines. Let's say a machine was picked by the State Board of Elections that had no votes on it, and there was going to be some kind of replacement for that
Well,
machine.
that's legislative, as the BKD report states. So we have to wait for a change from the State Board of Elections.
This particular one, you don't actually have to, because you could just send the State Board of Elections the machines that were actually voted on, because early voting ends before the election day, and you, the State Board of Election, don't choose the machines until after election day. So there is a possibility of correcting that without a state, because in the law, it doesn't explicitly state how it's going to, how the machines are determined, okay? So I don't think you need a change of state law for that one. And this is the stuff that we wanted to talk to you about. We are a little bit unsure of what service organization controls and syncing the report to BPS and WinEds. It's something that you have to determine with Dominion, and I'm not really sure what that means. It was in the report. Did you read it in the report? Can anybody explain that to me?
Well, at this time, we wouldn't be ready to explain it to you.
When can we discuss it?
Well,
So that we can,
I'm not sure
Fully
how
understand.
I can't tell you. That's a technical
Right.
issue, so,
can we ask for the next board meeting to have an answer
well,
about that?
we will look into it.
Well, yeah.
Given the pending litigation.
I'm sorry, Jim?
Given the pending litigation.
Yes,
It has, the pending litigation has nothing to do with BPS and WINAD. I'm pretty sure. I'm not a plaintiff on the lawsuit, but I'm pretty sure. So there, in fact, nothing of the pending litigation has to do with that
Well,
particular.
I beg to differ with you. We have litigation pending against the
Oh,
board on
different
the whole
pending.
issue
Okay.
of the 5% audit. So we're very, very limited in what we can say at this point because it's under litigation, okay?
Which is why is.
Not this particular, that is
Well,
a
Yes.
total
which is-
sure.
Which is
You're just,
why,
you're,
as the
that's-
chair, for one thing, I could attempt an explanation of the
Sure.
technical thing, but it would use up all your time. But secondly, as the chairwoman has suggested in the past, if you could submit these questions in writing, then, again, with regards to the constraints we're under because of the litigation, we could, possibly get
yes,
some
I
answers.
will, we will
prepared.
submit that in writing to you today.
Thank you.
That's fine. We definitely want an answer to that. We need to understand what the recommendations are. Will all of these recommendations be implemented by this, after November 8th, by the time that the 5% retabulation occurs for the November election?
Two responses to that. We're currently reviewing, the staff is currently reviewing all of this. And secondly, because of the pending litigation, I'm not sure how far we can discuss that at this time with you.
So we would like to have some idea of the recommendations that are going to be implemented by the 5% retabulation, because we're going to be there at the 5% retabulation.
Right.
So we would like to have an idea of which ones have been agreed to be implemented.
Okay, well,
Are you gonna
you
produce
will,
some?
we will be issuing, as Mr. Scanlon said, we will be issuing certain procedures relating to the 5% audit as we usually do.
Okay.
And you will be present.
Okay, great. And the public notice was an issue in the BKD report, so will we be getting adequate public notice? It is in the calendar of the
I think
post-election
there was,
canvassing.
it's not that there was.
No, that's,
Yeah,
It was in,
there is no legal requirement for public notice. There was a suggestion in the BKD report that there be public notice.
Right,
But
so-
there is public notice, as you well know, by way of the website.
not by the way, the website. The website is very, we just found the BKD report yesterday because it was under running for office.
okay, I
Yes,
think
ma'am.
your 5 minutes are.
All
up.
righty,
Dr.
now that we
Chamberlain,
know what's going on here.
Thank you very much.
Little
At
subterfuge.
this point, we will go to the next item on the agenda, the executive session. Is there anything, Mr. Scanlon, that we need to address in executive session?
No, Madam Chairwoman.
Okay, if there is not, we will, is there a motion to adjourn until our next regularly scheduled meeting on October 25th, 2016 at 9 a.m.?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All those in favor? Meeting's adjourned. Thank you.